Hello and welcome. I hope you guys and girls are well and enjoying your day, whatever you're up to. And you join me here on American Truck Simulator. And of course, I'm doing the Nebraska DLC. I'll show you the run in a sec. Let me just configure the truck, right? So lights are on. Beacons are on. And I'm in the cab. I thought I'd bring this bad boy out for a run. She hasn't been out for a run. I'll probably jump in the old 521 next. She needs a drive. I haven't driven her for over a year, so let's bring the windows. Not that window. This window down so you guys and girls can hear the engine. There we go. Right. Let me show you the run. I'll show you the run. Of course, it's not my trailer. I find it easier for the events to just use their trailers. Just find the jobs that you want. It's the cruise in Nebraska. So we get to see all of Nebraska and we hopefully get to complete the event. So there we go. Right, let me jump back in the cab and get comfy. Now, try the tug test. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, the parking brake still set. So let's retry that tug test. Ooh. Reaver, this has got so much power in it. Those brakes. Yeah. Got so much power in it. This trailer is going to be dragging, so it's working. It's just not, the brakes aren't powerful enough to hold it in. I'm also doing the event for Euro Truck Simulator 2 as well, which is the Switzerland event or whatever they call it, where you have to deliver stuff to and from Switzerland. We'll get a thimble in. This is a relatively short run, so it shouldn't take us too long. It's just under 200 miles, I think. 119, 120 miles, I think it is. Don't know why I indicated just for habit. Cool. Better not go too quick on this. Don't want to wreck the truck or the trailer. Right, off we go. I've got it in auto just because this would be an automatic and it's a bit easier for me to take in the scenery and everything else and show you guys and girls the scenery and everything else. But how's you guys and girls doing? You're all good, doing quite well, I hope. So I'm going to do another run on that on Euro Truck Simulator 2. I've got a few little things I'm going to try and talk to you about in this episode. I'll leave some other stuff to the next episode of Euro Truck as well. I'll try and fit in as much as I can. Let's try and get to a decent speed that we can travel along. 65 along here, is it? Right. So some of you guys and girls may already know this, but I'm going to try and go over today. I'm going to try and talk about steering wheels. And I don't mean one's real life steering wheels, but I mean simulator steering wheels for gaming and stuff like that. A lot of you peeps are probably using... Whoa, really? Jeez Louise. Is this because this ground's rough, or is it because I'm running over a rumble strip or something? What was I saying? Yeah, I'm going to talk about wheels. Now, as you guys and girls know, I'm on shoulder again. I'm planning to get a MOZA set up. The newest 2 TSW set up. I can't afford it this at the moment. I've just literally had to pay out 600 quid for a new set of glasses. That wasn't, expected, but it is what it is. It wasn't just one set, it's 2 sets, one for work, one for home use or for relaxation. My glasses are starting to break, and it's getting to that point where if I don't replace them soon, I've just got up to speed. Well, a bit of shake on. 45 along here, and I can go a bit quicker. We get to discover this one more as well. I've still yet to discover this. Should be good for diesel. Yeah, we're good for diesel. Yeah, so for you peeps that... It applies to you peeps as well that are using wheels, but it's more for those people that are still using controllers of some sort, and pondering with what sort of wheels to get next. You may have already seen some of the stuff I'm going to talk about, but I'll leave links down below as well. Like I said, I'm thinking of getting the MOZA set up, and I'll go into reasons why. I'm going to go into that in a sec. There's, for you guys and girls that are on sort of like controllers, like I said, now you may be wondering what sort of wheel setup to go for next. Now, depending on your budget is dependent on what you want, what you're going to go for next. You've got the options of going sort of like the lower end of sort of like steering wheels. Myself, I've got a modified, heavily modified G27 wheel, heavily modified with like indicator stalks and everything else that I modded myself. But you can't get them anymore. You've got like the Thrustmaster series, which uses gears or belts. So either belt driven or gear driven. And then as you go, you start to spend a bit more money. You then can go for a direct drive setup. Now, MOZA setup that I'm thinking about is direct drive. My reasons for that is because I've been using my G27, like I said, for years. And it's not a bad bit of kit, don't get me wrong. It's a great starting wheel. Either G27, I suspect the G29 or G920 or whatever they call it, is pretty good as well. It's great for starting off, especially if you've never used a wheel before. But if you've got a bit more extra money in your budget, I'd probably start leaning towards like direct drive wheels. Why is it so rough along here? It's probably because I'm on that rumble strip up there. It is. There we go. I'm trying to stay off it. Yeah, so I'd probably, if I were you, I'd lean towards getting a more direct drive setup, because especially you, if you don't just do sim trucking, if you do a lot of sim racing and stuff like that, at least then you've got the option. Especially, I know Thrustmaster, there is a wheel well, there is a wheelbase in the range that has a swappable wheel. I forget what model it is, but it's let's get Fimbling. Yeah, so photo mode. But if you're thinking of like getting a wheel and you've got the budget for it, I'd lean towards sort of like, I'm not going to specifically say a brand, I'd say do some research. And if you know anyone that's actually got sort of wheel setup that you're thinking about getting, then ask if you can have a go on it. because at least then you haven't, if you don't get along with it, at least then you don't spend all that money. Of course, there's a second-hand route. I'm myself thinking of doing that, going down the rather than brand new, thinking about going second-hand, purely because they're a lot of money, and I can understand why buying a direct drive setup brand new is out of a lot of people's. Oh, I'm doing it again. Get off that rumble strip. I can understand, and myself, that's a lot of money, and you can look over $1,000 just for a wheel, and that's a lot of money to spend just on a wheel setup, and I can understand why people wouldn't gonna go down that route. Now, again, like I said, there's a new kid on the block. Well, I'd say newish kid on the block, but it's not a direct. I don't believe it's a direct drive wheel. I think it's a gear drive wheel with helical sensors. Or holographic event sensors, and it's called HORI wheel. Again, I will leave links to the wheel I'm talking about down below. Now it releases at the end of the year, and it's a purely dedicated trucking wheel. The wheel itself is attached to the base, so you can you can't change it. But in that package, you'll get a wheel, you'll get pedals, you get a really good looking shifter, which has a load of buttons on it and a European styled actual shifter on it. Again, I'm drifting over there, gotta stay away from that. I'm speeding 55 along here. Can't make up its mind if it wants to go 50 or 65. 45. Slow her down again. Wrong button. No highway driving today, unfortunately. Don't believe. So yeah, what was I saying? Nice and quiet road. Yeah, so you've got the HORI wheel. Like I said, now that looks like a great budget option. If it's based off of anything like there was a Farmer Sim version of it as well, and then two people said that they found it quite flimsy and everything else. I'm hoping that they've addressed all those problems with the new truck wheel. And it is a truck wheel, but again, it's just one wheel. You're stuck with that specific wheel. If you kind of diversify between different sort of like genres, like sim trucking, sim racing, and everything else, you might want to sort of spend a bit more money towards either the Thrustmaster, which is interchangeable, or something along those lines. You're going to lose out though, because I don't believe Thrustmaster has anything that's trucking based. If you want to spend a bit more money, like I said, you've got Fanatec don't have a truck wheel as yet. MOZA do, and that's the reason I'm going down the MOZA route, because they have this whole dedicated truck wheel. They're getting this another attachment due out soon as well. It's going to be with indicator stalks and everything else. I'm probably going to be paying more for that setup, but like I said, I'm going to shop around, see what I can find on eBay or secondhand, whatever, and then I'll just buy the truck wheel brand new, or if I can find a decent one that hasn't been wrecked. But I would suggest just doing like I said, do a lot of research first, and if you know someone that has the wheel that you're looking into buying, go and have a go on it if you can. That way it ticks all the boxes and it covers you, and if you don't get along with it, you haven't spent a lot of money and wasted a lot of time setting something up which you don't actually get along with. Now, where do we need to park here? Oh, I've gone too far. What? Is there a wall here then? There is a wall here. An invisible wall. That's a bit sneaky. So it must be in this yard somewhere, but how do we get back in that yard? Let me just jump out and go and have a look round rather than keeping blindly driving around like a lunatic. I thought you'd just come around the back here and back into there. Obviously, let me just put the trailer brake on. And leave the engine ticking over and then just jump under the cab, because we know I like to do this. Let's just go and have a quick look ski. Where have I missed this turning in? Ah, right, okay. It was here. Right, okay. And then I just come in through here and then around there. Right, yo, my bad. I missed that. And I crashed into an invisible wall. Lucky you didn't do any damage, eh? Let me try and back up a bit. So I've got enough room to spin this bad boy around. That should be enough room there, I'm hoping. But that's my plans. I'm planning on going down the MOZA route. I'm tempted that HORI sent up because it's a lot cheaper. But I just get a funny feeling that the pedals aren't going to be any good on it. Because it's quite a cheap setup. Now, don't get me wrong. A cheap setup's not a bad thing. It's just, where have they cut corners in order to make it for the price they're planning on releasing it for? Now, where do we park this? I didn't actually look. Not down there. It looks like round the back. They must have cut corners somewhere in order to make it for that price. So I just don't know what the long-term quality of that wheel is going to be. And like I said, you're stuck with the one specific kind of wheel. So the reason I'm going for the MOZA setup, it works out slightly cheaper than a Fanatec route. Right, it looks like I need back in this yard somehow, so I'm going to have to swing around and spin around. I'm not telling you boys and girls to actually go the MOZA route or the Fanatec route or the HORI route. Like I say, do your research. If you can, try one before you buy one. Try one before you buy one. I'm taking a bit of a risk, thinking that the MOZA setup's going to be any good. I've been told by other people that have one that it's night and day difference, and that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for a bit of a night and day difference, so I get a bit more immersion out of the game. Probably won't improve my driving skills much, but I might get some extra immersion out of the game. I should really put my hazards on, shouldn't I? I need to get the trailer round, but I can't see what the trailer's actually doing. There we go. If I actually use a mirror, that might help. And then I spin it like that. Why is the trailer doing that all of a sudden? That's what I can't understand. I did this earlier. Right. Swung out and then didn't swing out. Right. Right. Cheat cam inactive. Because this trailer's behaving differently to what I expect. It's because it's a shorter trailer, that's why. Right. Line myself up. That should do me. Back inside. Mind that pole, Kev. Yeah. God, this trailer's been a pain. That's the way I want you to go. There. That's it. It's literally just, you flick it and it's gone. Sorry, peeps. How not to park simulator. You pain. Right. I'm going to park her over here a bit. I'll move her over here a bit. Don't hit the trucks or anything else. Again, look. You'd have expected that to... You'd have expected that to straighten out. But it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. Now you are, but then you go completely the other way. Right, cheat cam activated. Sorry, peeps, this is driving me nuts. It's just like, I'm gonna do completely opposite to what I want you to do. Right. And by the time I realise it's doing whatever it's doing, it's too late and I can't really correct it or anything. It's almost like the adjustments are so finite on this trailer. Probably because I'm so used to the bigger trailers now and having to sort of like negotiate them round, and this is a small single axle trailer, so the smallest bit of input you put in this front end really goes nuts on the back end, if you know what I mean. I do sort of know what I'm doing. I can get everything in. Don't come to me for advice on how to park trucks though. I admit I'm a rubbish driver. There we go. We get there in the end. Come on, go green. There we go. Cool beans. Brake on. Trailer brake on. Hazards off. Engine lights off. I don't even need them now. Engine off. T to detach. Trailer. Ding, and that should hopefully have counted towards the event. Yes, it has. Cool. I'll get back in the come back in game and then get out the truck so I can wish you guys and girls goodbye. But I hope you guys and girls enjoyed the episode. If you did, please feel free to like. If you didn't if you didn't like the episode for any reason at all, please feel free to dislike. Leave comments down below, and either way, or if you want to comment about anything, please feel free to, as long as you keep it clean. If you know anyone else that may also enjoy watching this, guys and girls, please feel free to share. It helps me a lot, and I don't mind you sharing. And if you're new to my channel to see future episodes of this or anything else I'm working on, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're aware as soon as I upload a new video. I'll see you in the next one. TTFN.